Hey everyone, this is Kyle once again, aka Jurassic Godzilla fan here. Um, Welcome back to another review, and for this time, for this month of October, I'm going to be reviewing a zombie film now, and this was newly released, and everyone knows that if anyone knows the new zombie film that was released in the year 2013, World War Z. World War Z, starring Brad Pitt. Now, World War Z, as I said, is directed by Marc Forster, which he directed who directed the James Bond film Quantum of Solace, and he directed also I forgot what other films he directed. He directed a thriller film called Stay with Ewan McGregor, and he directed Machine Gun Preacher. He directed Stranger Than Fiction, the film with Will Ferrell, and he directed Finding Neverland, that film with Johnny Depp. Now World War Z, and I would say with this, when it first came out, I wasn't really sure of it. I wasn't really sure because when I saw the trailer, I want to say straight away. If you see the trailer, you know how the zombies were when they were running together, and like I can tell that the CGI was not like, it's like a little meh. But even when I first saw the film, I still wasn't sure on it though. But when it came out, when it came on DVD, I watched this film. Honestly, I watched it with my mom. There's nothing wrong with watching films with your mother. Nothing wrong with that. But after watching it, I really do enjoy this film. I'm glad I enjoy this film. I really do. And I would say it would be on my top 10 lists. Well, if there is top 10, there might be more though. But I would say it would be on my top list of 2013. I really would. I really do enjoy this film. Now, it stars Brad Pitt as a guy who was originally in the United Nations. I think it was United Nations. He was retired. He retired from that job to spend time with his family. And what I really like that you get right into the movie like really quick, like within 5 minutes you get right into the film really quick because Brad Pitt, he's with his family. His name is Jerry. He's with his family sitting in heavy traffic when all of a sudden, when he steps out of his car, a policeman's telling him to get back in his car. Then all of a sudden he gets run over by this big garbage truck, and you can tell the reason why it's going out of control because it's running straight through the cars because the guy is like twitching and stuff, and because he's changed into a zombie, and just pretty much right away, all hell breaks loose. Basically, if you put it that way. He sees a person get bit by one, and what I like is that he hears the sound of one of his daughters a toy, and it's counting all the way up to 12. And as listening, he sees the number of seconds the guy is like twitching and turning to zombie. So it takes like approximately 12 seconds to become one. So, okay, that was nice. Knowing how many seconds just tells you how much time before you turn into a zombie. I guess. People say they don't call them zombie. They just call I'll just say zombies because it's wherever it is. I'll just say zombies. So. They get into an RV and they're driving out. So they go into a pharmacy store, to get some supplies. And one of his girls needs like her inhaler, because she's like having an asthma attack. And he's trying to get medicine. That there was a guy in a hood. He has a gun. And you think he was going to shoot him, but nope. He tells him he gives medicine. He gives some medicine to Brad Pitt and some for himself. So here you go. And he says thanks. So it's okay. So the guy is not. So the guy is not like a robber though. So, but he hears his wife scream. There's two guys like trying to rob her, I think. And then and then Brad Pitt, he shoots one of the guys. Okay, because you know they're trying to you know, I think it was like rob to try to rob from his wife. Okay, so yeah, because he had to. And then they go and hide in this apartment complex. And they hide out, and and he contacts his one of his friends, and he contacts one of his friends and tells him to again when the sun's up, again go on top of the roof, and they'll pick you up. And I also when he gets when they get prepared, I like when he does like I don't think I haven't seen it on those zombie films. Like he tapes like a magazine on his arm so they don't bite him. And as they're heading up to the roof, you know the helicopter's right there. But then before that, he shoots one of the zombies, and he says he got a little bit of blood in his mouth, and so right away, as soon as he got on the roof, he stands right on top of the ledge of the building, ready to commit suicide if he does change, you know. But he does as he counts 12. So they get on the helicopter and they get on one of the aircraft carrier ships, and so his family is safe there. So he's going with one of his friends from his job, who he knew, and they're discussing what's going on. It's worldwide because like pretty much like the whole like a scan that the whole population is being losing by every second, you know, and people are like discussing what we do, you know. There's this maybe they're trying to find a cure and stuff. So, so he accepts the job, but first he doesn't want to because he doesn't want to leave his family. But he does go anyway. He takes this young guy who thinks he might have the answers to everything, and was in South Korea. There was a military base there. They're gonna go to see. Hopefully they have answers there. But like the minute they step out and it's raining, they hear like a noise. They hear things someone's coming towards them. But what the young scientist guy does, even though you think he might have answers to everything, but what he does is he panics and he tries to go back onto the plane, but he slips and then the gun goes off, accidentally killing himself accidentally. But then they get rescued by the other soldiers and they bring him in to try to know what happened here. They know that the origin could have come from anywhere because there was a person who was who was strapped down on this bed here, and he finds like there was a doctor that bit him. And there was all the room is all because they all burned all the body because there was some other people that was in there, and they were saying that there was one soldier who said he got like I think it was like shot in the leg or he had like an old wound in his leg, and he said he was staying in the middle of the room, but the zombies just ignored him, you know. He said he was like a charm or something. But they said they had no answers. There pretty much no answers there. But then they find David Morse. David Morse is in a small role in here, and I think it was like the first film that he and Brad Pitt starred in a film. I think it was like I forget what film it was. I think it was like I have to look it up again. But I'm pretty sure I think it was 12 Monkeys. I think. I'm pretty sure I think I may be wrong on that. But David Morse's character, he was a guy who was with he was originally with the CIA, but he got put in jail because he sold weapons because he was giving weapons to the Koreans, and he was telling them to go to Jerusalem, Israel, duh. Jerusalem, Israel, because where they had built like a wall around the city before the whole outbreak went down, and he's wondering why do they knew this ahead of time to build a wall. So he goes there, he flies all the way to Israel to talk to this guy who thought had the answers. Also, I thought he had the answers too, but he says no. All you can do is just hide, and there's like all zombies. Also, the walls, there's hundreds of zombies outside the wall. But what they found is they're attracted to sound, and there's some people in the crowd. They're all excited, hooray, and stuff like that. We're safe, you know. And they start singing. Everybody's singing, and it's just making more of a big noise for the zombies. And like you saw in the trailer, or back of this cover here, they're all just like, even though honestly, when I first saw in the trailer how these zombies were, they're just like piling on each other. They're like ants, you know, like how ants are when they're just piling on each other, just falling off and keep piling on, falling off, keep piling on until they reached over the wall, and then so they all panic and they run. You know, they try to get to the back of the plane, but the pilot they had on the plane before, he flies off. So he gets on another plane, an airplane with this female soldier before that, because she got bitten, and then Brad Pitt, he takes a machine, just chops her hand off to prevent the infection. Of course, I was saying, this film is PG-13. I think it could have been because when she cuts off her hand, you don't see blood coming over. You don't actually see him cut the hand right off. So yeah, that's a nitpick though. But I think this film could have been rated R. You know, showed us a little bit of blood in there. You know, stuff like that. You know, I'm just saying it could have been rated R. But she doesn't turn though, so he takes her with him onto this airplane. They fly off, and he finds he was thinking back all the stuff. He was thinking back all the stuff he's heard, you know, because before the young scientist, before he would actually kill himself, he was actually just look for the clues, like breadcrumbs, you know. And he's looking back back in Israel. He saw zombies walk past an old guy who's like looking around, what's going on, you know, like we're walking past him, you know. Or he saw like a kid, you know, who was just standing there, and they all running past as they're running past him. Or as you saw in the trailer, the kid is like crunching down, just like covering his ears, not hearing everything, you know. But you saw that in the trailer. So he tells them that there's a medical like a medical lab out somewhere in, I think it was like Wales. So as they're flying there, there's a zombie got on board and they start biting everybody, you know. Well, Brad Pitt tells everyone, those with the passengers in the front, tells them to be quiet, to quietly put back luggage on top of one other. But of course, one drops and they hear it and they attack the rest of the passengers. And Brad Pitt, he throws a grenade and it blows a hole in the plane. All the zombies fly out, you know, and they land and they crash. On the wreckage, he got stabbed. He got stabbed right here, and he's in pain. But the soldier girl survived. And I thought the soldier girl, I think she was pretty good. You know, or what was her name? I just want to get her name. Well, she only mentioned her name was Segan, I think, and her name is Daniela Cortez. I think that's how I pronounce her name. So they make it to the lab, and Brad Pitt passes out, but they fixed him up. You know, like they took the thing out of him, and he explains him why he's here, and because he explains that when he saw people some zombies walk past certain people, couple people, he tells them, which I thought was a neat idea, you know, because those people they walk past, that they're sick, you know. And the zombies can sense them, so they only attack people that's healthy, you know, and that they use this to this advantage, you know, to make them invisible to the zombies, you know. He calls it camouflage. But the stuff that they need is in another part of the building where it's surrounded by zombies and stuff. And they try to get there as quietly as possible, but they don't. So Brad Pitt leads them away from the other people, from the other guys that are with them. So he makes it to the vault that contains this medicine stuff, but he doesn't know which one. So he puts them all in a box. But as he tries to leave, one's right outside. So he has nowhere to go. So, and I like that he doesn't know which one it is. So he just takes one. And he just injects himself with it. But then he waits, and it's been a while, you know. So he finally just takes the stuff and just opens the door until. You know, even when zombie walks right up to him. Now, when they're all in a pack, you know, there's mostly all CGI and stuff. But I thought it wasn't that bad. But you know, it could have been a little bit better with that, especially when we were running together. But that's how it was. But when you see the zombies in close up, they're like one at a time. I thought it was a a good makeup. I thought it was pretty good makeup effects. You know, when you see the zombies up close, when you see how it was, especially the one that was right in front of Brad Pitt. You know, as he learned that the stuff he injected himself with, it works, so he walks right past him. So that was a good looking makeup effect. With we see him one at a time. You know. Um, So he learns that he learns that the stuff that works, so they'll be able to walk right past him. I like that he stops and he has a Pepsi and just pushes pushes button with all the cans fall, so they attract the noise and they run back towards it and walks right past him. And they have the cure, you know. Well, it's not a cure, but it's camouflage. So then they spread the word out. They give it to other places who are not infected to use the drugs. You know, like well, so like there was like a scene like in Moscow, Russia. You know, the people are just running towards fighting the zombies. You know, and there was like when the track they use the noise and the big it was a football field and they just use a bomb and just bomb them. So then people are able to walk right past them. You know, now that they had the vaccine, well, camouflage vaccine. And Brad Pitt finally meets up with finally meets back with his family, and he tells them that it was not over, not even close, and our war has just begun. So yeah, World War Z. I really do enjoy this film. I'm glad I really did enjoy this film. Now, like I said, there's like some nitpicks, you know, like with all the zombies running together. You tell that the CGI was on not the best. So, but listen, when we see them like one at a time, you know, good makeup effects. The cast does pretty good, you know. Brad Pitt does a really good job. I think it's I don't own much of Brad Pitt's films, but I do really love him in Seven. I really do highly enjoy Seven. I thought that was one of his best films. Um, I know there's other films like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Meet Joe Black, Legends of the Fall, and etc. etc. You know, but I would say I like if I were to pick if I had like a top list for Brad Pitt, I obviously put Seven in my top 5, and I would put this in my top films, but Brad Pitt, you know, because him starring in a zombie film, that's pretty cool, you know. There's a David Morse's small role. Even Matthew Fox from he appeared in Alex Cross, the new one with Tyler Perry. I thought he played a good villain to Alex Cross. He was also in Speed Racer. He was also in the main star in the TV series Lost, and also in Vantage Point. He only had a small role. This is one of the soldiers, but this film had so much rewriting and reshooting, you know, including the ending. So his appearance was cut minimally, you know. He only says like a few lines and that's it. But his character doesn't even have a name. Just it says U.S. Navy SEAL. That's it. Well, I always was a shame. I could have seen him more in this film, probably as a main character though. Marc Forster, I think he did a really good job, you know, especially with directing a big budgeted zombie film. I think it's pretty much like the biggest budget zombie film that's ever made. And I also think it's the highest grossing zombie film ever made too, because it was $190 million budget. It was a big budget. It was a big budget for a zombie film, and it made in total worldwide over 539 million worldwide. I would say if I look back on the other zombie films, how much money they made, this is the one has made the most money, pretty much in the U.S. and worldwide. More than the Resident Evil. I would even say this film is way better than the Resident Evil films. I hate the Resident Evil films. Not because they don't follow the game, but the other stuff. Pretty much they don't follow the game and such. But the stories and the characters, you know, way better than the way better than the Resident Evil films. I would even say I would even say I like this better than The Walking Dead. I know that'll probably make a lot of people mad, you know, but I have over here. Hold on a second. I have season 1 of The Walking Dead. I have season 2 of The Walking Dead. I will get a third season of Walking Dead if right now the prices are so high on that DVD. I just don't love The Walking Dead as everybody does. Everybody loves The Walking Dead now, you know. I just like the series okay. I just like the series okay. The first season was, as I said, the reason why the first season was really boring. But the second and third season, I would say they're much better than season 1. Even though I like a couple of episodes in season 1 though, because it was just 6. But I just don't love it as everybody claims to love them, you know. Everyone says, oh, you know, everybody loves The Walking Dead, you know. I just think that World War Z was much more better, you know. Much better than The Walking Dead. That's my opinion. Because even though I do like some of the cast members in The Walking Dead, you know. I do, but it's just I just like the series okay, you know. So I don't think it's just the best zombie film. Well, I don't think there was not much TV show. I don't think there was not a TV show before Walking Dead. There was not a TV show that was based on zombies. But I like the series okay. I do. It's fine. But I just don't love it as everybody does, you know. I just don't. Especially my mother and my brother, they really love The Walking Dead. But to me, I just like it okay. See, excuse me, but I just don't love it as everybody claims it. And this film, I just think this is much better than The Walking Dead. And I was really entertained by this film. Like I said, I was not sure first when I saw the trailer, you know, when I first saw it in the theater. But when I watched it when it came on DVD, I really did enjoy it. And I'll say I was wrong on this film, you know. I really do enjoy World War Z. I haven't read the book though, but I don't think it was not like the book at all. But I don't care about the book. I wouldn't bother reading the book though. But I like World War Z. And I think it's on for let's say it's on for 116 minutes, and it was released June 21st, 2013. It came out on the same weekend as Monsters University, and even though Monsters University was the top film at the box office, but World War Z had a strong opening. Opening at number 2, it had a really strong opening. It opened with 66 million worldwide on its weekend, you know. And it had a strong opening weekend. So even though despite Monster University taking number 1, this came in strongly at number 2 with 66 million on its opening weekend. Really, I thought it was really solid on its weekend. Like I said, I mentioned the budget and how much it made worldwide. I think it's like the highest. I think it's now and it's also right now. It won't be for long, but I would say that it's currently the 7th highest grossing film of 2013. It currently is. I know other upcoming films, like I know a couple more upcoming films this year. Towards the end of this year, it's gonna make more money than World War Z. But I'm just saying. But I will know that. I think I do know it will remain on the top 10 list 2013. So yeah, I enjoy World War Z. Really great. Brad Pitt does a great job. And what am I going to say? I really do enjoy this film. I will put this on my top list of this year. So that's World War Z. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, and I'll see you later on the next review. Later.